A candle that burns at both ends might light the room brilliantly, but it leaves everyone in the dark much sooner than expected. We often mistake being used for being useful, forgetting that a gift given without a boundary is eventually treated like a debt. Here is the story of the Weaver of Light, a tale about the high cost of a hollow yes. In a village perpetually shrouded in twilight, there lived a girl named Elara who possessed a rare gift. She could weave strands of pure light from her own vitality. For years, she spent her days mending the lanterns of her neighbors, brightening the dark corners of the baker's shop, and illuminating the paths for the night watchman. She never asked for a copper coin or a moment of rest. Elara believed that by lighting everyone else's world, she would eventually find warmth in their gratitude. As time passed, the villagers stopped asking if Elara was tired. They began to expect her presence as if she were a common street lamp. The baker complained if his shop wasn't extra bright. The watchman grew annoyed if she was 5 minutes late. They praised her light, but they never looked at her pale face or her trembling hands. One evening, Elara reached into her chest to pull out a strand of light, but only a cold gray smoke emerged. She collapsed in the center of the square, her internal flame nearly extinguished. As she lay there, the villagers didn't offer a blanket. They whispered among themselves, "How will we see the road tonight?" A mountain owl, who had watched Elara for years from the high crags, fluttered down. His voice was like the rustling of old parchment. "You have turned yourself into a wick for candles you didn't light," the owl hooted. "Kindness without a wall is just a floor for people to walk on. By giving until you are empty, you have taught them that your light costs nothing. And what costs nothing is valued at nothing." The owl told her that she must learn to burn for herself first. "A lighthouse does not run through the waves to save every ship," he said. "It stays on the rock and shines. Those who want the light must steer toward it." The next day, when the watchmen demanded she light their torches, Elara simply said, "Not today. I am resting." The reaction was immediate. Some villagers were outraged, calling her selfish. Others ignored her entirely now that she was no longer useful. For a week, Elara sat in the silence of her own dim cottage, eating well and sleeping deeply. Slowly, her glow returned, richer and steadier than before. Seeing that Elara would no longer be commanded, the villagers' behavior shifted. The baker brought her fresh bread, asking if she might have the energy to help him. The watchmen began to maintain their own torches, only asking for Elara's master light for the most dangerous storms. Elara realized that by setting a boundary, she hadn't lost her kindness. She had gained her dignity. She still helped, but only where her light was met with genuine respect.